We are here with Greg Griffin. Again, I think everybody knows him. Most fabulous local expert.
Oh, come on.
I know. I love you. By the way, I love all the speaking you do. After that, I have to always go and watch some movies because you give such amazing stories
Are you
around
coming
movies.
today?
Of course, I will be there.
Today is the best title slide that I've done in probably 2 years. The title slide is stellar. Even if the talk is horrible, the title slide's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Cannot wait. So, Greg, and Greg is, for everybody else, he's a Chief Operating Officer for SearchLab Digital. With that, Greg, I have a very simple question. 2025 is almost year end. What should we be worried about, especially when it comes to local, especially when it comes to automotive?
So, everybody's going to talk about how 2025 is finally the year that AI makes a difference. And that's true. Things are going to be worse because of what everyone is trying to do with AI, that AI is not quite there yet. And especially within automotive, car dealers love to chase the new shiny object. What's the new cool thing that I can do? And so 2025 is going to be about getting back to basics and not forgetting the foundational stuff that hasn't really changed since Google came about. Everybody's forgetting the basics and trying to do all of these other esoteric things or use ChatGPT to make something faster and more efficient. But if your content is garbage and your site's not optimized and your GBP is not optimized, none of the other flashy stuff matters. So I'm telling everyone in 2025, get back to the basics and be a marketer and don't get distracted by all of the new AI stuff and all of the tools. Also, specifically for car dealers in North America, Google has rolled out review alerts in the UK. It is live in the UK. I'm under NDA with Google, so I can't say anything, but a smart person would make the assumption that this will roll out worldwide. Google is being more aggressive in fighting fake reviews, so it is highly likely that this will roll out worldwide, because what's happening is when Google detects suspicious review activity, meaning a lot of positive reviews that are likely fake, Google will pull those reviews from the business profile and pop up an alert with a big red exclamation point in a triangle that says, we want to let you know that this business has had reviews removed recently for suspicious review activity, which means no one's going to trust anything that's left. And if you have a really, really bad situation and you've really cheated and been caught with that you've egregiously gone over the line, not only do you have that warning, Google will put a review block on your profile, which means you will not be allowed to get any new reviews for whatever period of time, which none of us know what that is, but it's probably likely at least 30 to 60 days, you won't be able to get reviews at all. So that's incredibly important to pay attention to. And also, final thing, in the United States, the FTC has updated its laws around review manipulation and fake reviews. So all the things that Google has said, hey, you can't do this in the past, are now illegal at a federal level in the United States. So having friends or family leave a review for your business, buying fake reviews, posting fake reviews, even if you have a widget that displays reviews on your site from some third-party site. So a widget displays Google reviews. If that widget is set to only show 4- and 5-star reviews and not all of your reviews, that is also in violation of federal law. Buying fake social media followers is now against the law. So you need to go read up on the updates to the FTC rules around reviews and review manipulation, because you do not want to get caught and made an example of, because they're not going to come find some small business. They're going to look for a big business where they can make a big flashy fine of hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't want that to be you.
Wonderful. So you said something about back to basic. Let's double click on that. Let's tell me a little bit more about back to basic. Have very strong technical foundation, have really good quality content, have schema markup.
And just optimizing your title tags and your H1 headings and your content and your alt text, like super basic things of if I tell you, hey, guess what? When you're optimizing a page on your site, you need to use the same keyword in the title tag and the H1 heading, the alt text and the content. You're going to laugh at me because you're going to say, we've known that for 20 years, but you'd be surprised how many dealers don't understand that. And they'll put oil change and car service and other things all on the page. And it's very confusing both for humans and for Google. And I think the getting back to basics bit, I'm telling specifically car dealers to take their blinders off, because car dealers have been in automotive for their entire career and they know everything about buying a car and everything about how a dealership runs. But you have to realize the general public only buys 4 or 5 cars in their lifetime. So someone that has never bought a car before, that doesn't understand that process, if you don't have the answers on your website that explain how that process works, you're not going to capture that customer. So you've got to have better content on your site that truly answers the questions that customers are asking. And that's where dealers have missed things. They'll put up one page for the service department that says, hey, we service your car, and it'll have a bullet point list of oil change, tire rotation, and all that. And that's all they have. And they wonder why they don't rank for service terms, because they're not following the basics.
Awesome, awesome. And another thing is that focus on discovery, focus on conversion.
That too. That's the other thing is most dealers, we have dealers that talk to us, not all the time, because most of the time the people that work with us seek us out because they trust what we're doing. But every once in a while we'll have a dealer that's like, I don't want this blog content that you're putting up because that's not going to sell cars. I only want stuff that's going to sell cars right now. But they forget that if you're only putting content on your site, whether it's the main section of your site or your blog, and it's come buy a car right now, that's the extreme bottom of the decision funnel for buying a car. And you're only going to show up as a search result if somebody's looking to buy a car today. But the most recent data that we have from Google is that the average new car buyer in the United States conducts 27 separate sessions of research before they convert on a website or show up at a dealership. So if you're at the bottom funnel, you've got to have that discovery-focused content on the blog, that informational content that isn't going to result in conversions, because it's all about, we explain it to dealers like, hey, would you put a billboard up on a really busy street? Well, yeah, they would. Okay, do you expect everyone that sees the billboard to call you? Well, of course we don't. That's how that blog content should be thought of as well. It's not something that's going to give you conversions right now, but it'll give you conversions later because you've got more eyeballs earlier in the funnel.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thanks a lot.